At the end of July in 2025, we took a 2-day trip to the Moab area and visited Delicate Arch at Arches National Park, Corona Arch outside of Moab, and then we also did an overnight backpacking trip at Murphy Point in Canyonlands in the Islands of the Sky district. All of these hikes are relatively low on effort. I would say they're moderate hikes, all of them, although Delicate Arch at the beginning has some pretty steep elevation change. But anybody can do these hikes, and they're rewarded with just tremendous views at the end of each of the hikes. The first hike that we did was a sunrise hike, as you can tell, to Delicate Arch. A pretty easy hike itself. Delicate Arch is a tremendous, everybody must do kind of hike. I would say if you're challenged with exposure, the inside bowl of Delicate Arch can be a little bit scary and unnerving for you. Don't be alarmed though, because there'll be a lot of people that show their nervousness for this area. But again, it's a must-see hike. I would say the biggest issue with this hike is just the people. Again, we went to the end of July when things should be kind of calmed down because of the heat being a deterrent. They don't even have a permit system to get into the park because of the few people population area. It was covered with people on the way back. People of all ages, again, all fitness levels, just people upon people. So I would go. If you're going to do this, I would certainly go in the morning time. We weren't surrounded by a lot of people while we were there, but just the trip back was a constant stream of individuals. Corona Arch, just outside of Moab, is a great alternative to the Delicate Arch or even Arches National Park. We saw probably only 3 people all day, and it was a tremendous hike. We only clocked in with about 3 miles round trip and just 400 feet of elevation, so it's pretty flat, pretty easy. The only thing that it doesn't do that Delicate Arch does is there aren't 360 views, but again, the entire time we were out there, we saw 3 other people. The latter portion is a little bit tricky and somewhat difficult and challenging and could deter some people from doing it, but you won't get to see 2 arches in Moab with as much solitude and easy to get to. It's right off of 279, which is a tremendous scenic drive to begin with. Just an overall great hike. Grab onto that next one. There you go. Yay! Murphy Point Trail is a 1.8 mile out and back hike that you can do in the Islands in the Sky district of Canyonlands National Park. It's also the source of a backcountry backpacking experience that you can have. It does take a permit. It's one of the easiest backpacking hikes you can do if you're a first-time backpacker like we were. Camping out at this location, as you can see, was a tremendous opportunity to get your feet wet and then be rewarded with just some outstanding views. Moab is a tremendous area with lots of things to see and do, and these 3 hikes literally just barely scratch the surface of those activities that you can do. We so much like this area that we've already scheduled a trip in October to come back. We're going to come back to the Moab area and get into the Needles District maybe, do some hikes that are outside of the national parks, and then off to maybe Hanksville and Capitol Reef National Park. Stay tuned for those.